Wait, did somebody say cake? Yeah! Oh yes, it is our 11th birthday. And why and how could we even possibly think of celebrating our birthday without making cake in the kitchen? And one of my favorite people to watch on TV is standing right next to me, Samantha Liang from the Taste Master SA, the baking edition on SABC2. Samantha, welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to see you. You know, I watch you and I'll tell you this, one of my favorite things about you is when you stand in front of the judges before you get all your feedback and you stand like this.
It's my superhero pose.
Into your superhero pose. Yeah. But you bring in all of that magic here today because you're making our birthday cake. This already looks stunning, Samantha.
Thank you.
Wow, what are you making for us?
So, I mean, it's an 11th birthday. It's a big deal, so why not do a two-tier? And I've decided to go with something fresh and fruity because, you know, it's spring, fruits are starting to come into season. So I've got a lemon and blueberry cake at the bottom with lemon curd and blueberry sauce.
Oh my word! I mean, that is explosive, right? That is just all
my mouth
the
is
stuff
watering.
you want. Yeah.
Then the top tier is one of my favorites, a lime and coconut cake.
Oh, and you know what? Bring the pirinki already. What?
And it's got a coconut ganache inside, and it's like, if you've ever had a lamington, it's like a lamington. In a filling.
Stop yourself,
it's
Samantha.
Just,
stop yourself. Okay, well, don't stop yourself. Actually, please keep going. Okay, cool. So that's fantastic because you are bringing actually different sort of like textures and layers and experiences in terms of flavor and taste and all of that in one cake.
Yeah.
But then you've got to make it look really, really pretty. How do you sort of do that?
So, I mean, a cake needs to look beautiful, yes, but it needs to taste beautiful as well. And if those two are not in sync, I feel like it's a big tragedy.
Yeah.
So I specialize in macarons. So I've brought some today.
I love those.
It's not a party without macarons, right?
And I'm glad you kept them away from the kitchen the entire time up until now because I would have eaten them all.
Just inhale them all.
I'm just letting you know this now, yeah. Okay.
And then I've also got some handmade sugar flowers because in my business, that's what I specialize in.
Wow, okay, great. I'm seeing a big move towards like the more minimalistic sort of like cake design. Gone are the days, I mean, people still prefer those. If they want that, they can have that. But cakes these days still look pretty, even when they're simple.
I'm a less is more kind of girl.
And you're my kind of girl.
So that's like right up my alley. You know, keep it simple, but it's still to the point.
But still bring the magic.
And it's still going to give you like that wow feeling.
Well, you bring that wow feeling and that wow look together for us. Please show me how you would then obviously then get it all together. But while you do that, I mean, I'm so curious and I'm very fascinated by your journey. I know that you love baking.
Yes.
It is a big passion of yours. I mean, you come alive when you talk baking. Your experience on the Taste Master SA, the baking edition, how's that been so far?
Oh my gosh. You know, I almost didn't do the show.
No ways.
Because I was so freaked out by the unknown, you know.
So wow, what convinced you? What made you actually do it and step into, well, out of that fear and just like get into it?
You know, it's almost like human nature to be afraid of
something you don't know.
Exactly. And I'm the kind of girl that thrives in information.
And have you found that the show has sort of like exposed you to a different version of yourself that you may have otherwise never uncovered?
Absolutely. I've definitely found a little bit of sass in there that I didn't know.
Is that why you stand like this? And it's like, it's like you're like, you know, quite sassy,
But more than that, I had concerns about my business and, you know, my home life. And I had a chat. I have an amazing support system at home. My best friend, she's also a cake artist, and I turn to her when I need just a little bit of strength and guidance. And my husband has been my rock. So they actually kind of almost simultaneously got up to like kick me on the behind and like, what are you thinking? Just do the show, you know, you're going to regret it. And it's been such an amazing journey. Like my world has expanded. I've made some amazing friends.
And it's only been 4 episodes. Can you imagine?
Like the way these contestants' minds work. Like not a single one of us have the same skill set. Not a single one of us think the same way. It's just I've learned so much.
I see you get to work with like some really top baking professionals. I mean, the best that money can buy, but you don't even have to pay for it. It must be so enriching for you, right?
It's been such a great honor to get to meet some of these guest judges. And I mean, Fritz and Zola already.
I mean, Zola.
I mean, the first day I walked in, I was so starstruck. I couldn't look them in the eye.
Did you collapse?
I was just like shaking in my boots.
Okay, nice. I love that. It sounds like you really are having such a good time. And I must tell you, we really do enjoy seeing your journey unfold on that show. Oh. So now you're adding, what is that, like foil?
Yeah, so this is edible gold leaf, just to add a little bit of metallic flair.
Nice.
And, you know, it's one of those things, you know, every bride wants it on their cake. Just a little bit of bling.
Get it on there.
A tiny little bit of bling.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong with that.
I love that.
It's going to tie in beautifully with my rose gold leaves here as well.
Beautiful. And then the macarons would go on top of the cake.
Yes.
What can I do to help? It's like pop the flour on.
Yeah, if you want to. You can grab a few macarons as well.
Okay, cool. You do it for us. You do it for us.
Cool.
Because I don't want to ruin this, what you're making here.
Thank you. Just going to stick this guy on here as well. All right. So if this is the front of our cake.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to grab these right underneath their neck.
What's your advice for people out there, like obviously who have a passion for baking and maybe aren't necessarily professional bakers, but really do enjoy, you know, baking and getting into that? How would you advise them to, if they wanted to really just like step it up and elevate they I suppose, their love for baking? So
never stop learning.
Yeah.
Never stop looking for information. Find what it is that really gets you going.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it was the sugar flowers, it was the macarons.
Yes.
Oh, and I kind of just zoned in. I kind of just zoned in on that pretty much straight away.
So I think it's a commitment, a never-ending commitment to sort of learning and improving.
And if there's something that doesn't tickle your fancy, move on.
Don't do it.
Find the next thing. And if you find your interests are in many aspects, don't be afraid to explore that.
I love that. Okay, cool. So this is fantastic. We'll show you what the rest of this cake looks like at the end, just before we cut it and we get into it. But Samantha Liang, honestly, I really enjoy you so much, and I enjoy the Taste Master essay. Thank you very much for coming in. This already looks so good. And I want to dig into it, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Thank you for this. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I'll show you the final product later.